Yeah, a bit low. It's because it's coming through the mic that's built into the Mac. Like I say, I'm only experimenting with something that was kind of like intriguing me as to whether it would work. If this is flawless and the stream works and it's stable and it's quick, then I'll tinker with the idea of getting a mic connected to the controller. No, I don't want to quit. What do I do that for? Can I not skip that? Give me a second. Yeah, I'll be switching over to Avatar in a minute. I'm just expecting to quick test this is. And once I know that this works alright, I may be able, this might be an option for me in the future, this. So I think I've already got a quick job on the go. So let's see how smooth it runs on stream. I'll be keeping an eye on my computer screen. Let me know periodically in chat how it runs. Does it stutter? Do you get any stutters at any point? Whilst I'm on some of these straight bits here and I look down at my stream on my phone, it's looking pretty sweet to me, to be fair. Oh, getting off of here. Have you had any stutters or anything on the stream that I've missed? So, do you want me to tell you what I'm doing here? So, my setup here at the moment is I've downloaded Streamlabs for my Mac. That Mac I got cheap from work, which isn't running an Intel chip. So when you download Streamlabs, you have to pick which version you want. Are you running an iMac with an Intel chipset, or are you running an iMac with an M1 or greater chipset? So I've downloaded the M1 version of Streamlabs. I've configured it to capture my screen, and I'm running this on the basic Geforce Now, the one that's free. So the computer is not only streaming the game, but playing the game via a browser. Just for clarity of what I'm doing here with the experiment that I'm doing. So with Geforce Now, because I'm on the free basic one, you have to join queues when you sign in for Geforce Now, which is why I got the ads at the beginning. And it's running on a basic rig, and it links me to 1 hour streaming of the game. But if I sign up for the monthly one, which is currently on offer for $4.99 a month, then I get a GeForce RTX rig that can run at, I think, 1080p, 60 frames a second, and I can play and stream up to 6 hours. So the computer here is doing all the donkey work, streaming the game to Twitch and streaming the game from Geforce Now. On the basic package. I mean, the game on my screen looks absolutely fine. Looks absolutely spot on. Considering this iMac hasn't got, well, I say this iMac hasn't got a graphics card in, but then it's streaming from Geforce Now, innit? So Geforce Now is doing all the work. But I was maybe expecting some stutters on the stream because the computer's doing 2 jobs. But then I guess that's the efficiency of iMac. Because I've always there's a few people that I work with who don't like Apple whatsoever, but I've always had a bit of a soft spot for their computers, because I had one of their computers and it lasted me 10 years. Of all times to break down, completely break beyond repair, was during lockdown. But I'd had it for 11 years. I was just thinking then, I've got 342 miles to do here. Have I even got picked up my trailer yet? But I just remembered I picked up a quick job, so it already gives you the trailer. Because again, like I say, because I'm experimenting and I'm just messing about, I just selected quick job, so it already sticks you in the yard with a trailer and you just set off. So pending I can do this job in an hour, because I forgot what the game time is compared to real time. I should in theory be able to finish this job. Again, apologies for the audio on my voice if it's a bit sketchy compared to the game audio. I am using the inbuilt mic on the iMac here. I haven't got a headset on as such. That's something I can further experiment with now that I know that this works. That is something to tinker with at a later date. Also, yeah, I mean, Geforce Now, all you need is a relatively good PC and a good internet connection, because Geforce Now is completely reliant on your internet. So it'll be interesting to see if I sign up for the $4.99 a month plan to see the improvement, because even on this free basic one, the graphics look awesome. They look good enough. They look good enough for me. Are you working today, I take it? Working from home, working in the office? Like I say, I'll get this job done and then I intend to switch over to Avatar. I have refunded Test Drive, because that experiment I did with Test Drive was literally just so that I could have a look at the beta. But it has been refunded this morning. It is something I would contemplate picking up, but not day one and not at full price. But it's something I could certainly see myself hopping in and out of when I've got a little bit of downtime. I didn't completely dislike what I saw and played last night. I thought the open world on the map was really nice. Thought there was a good variety of stuff to do. So yeah, I wouldn't completely write off the possibility of me picking that up. But like I say, it might be a wait for sale. If it doesn't receive very well, there's a good chance that that'll be hitting the sale pretty much straight away. And with Black Friday around the corner anyway, when that releases in September, we've got Black Friday in November. I might pick it up then. Unless it hits sale before then, it might even do. It's not that expensive now on physical, to be perfectly truthful. So 282 miles left. I should be able to finish this one job on this stream, and then I can export this up to I can probably trim this down to cut out the ads at the beginning, because I was in a queue with me being on the basic Geforce Now, so I can trim out the ads at the beginning, upload this to YouTube, because this might be quite a useful video for anybody that's contemplating this, especially running on an iMac. Ooh, shit. Ah, you're at home today, okay. So on the odd occasion I look down at the stream on my phone, I don't see it missing a beat. Yeah, ain't it funny when we kind of don't play a game for a while? Because we get easily distracted because we're spoiled for choice. We don't play a game for a while, then when we go back to it, it just blows us away. And we always sit there thinking, why did we stop playing it? We know why, because we're easily distracted by other stuff. How am I supposed to stay in here? I'm going forward, they can wait. So yeah, we know why we get easily distracted, because we're lucky to be spoiled for choice for games. And as we said yesterday, we'd rather have it that way than have no games. But it is funny when we go back to a game and we were like, why did we stop playing? This game's awesome. And when the story hits, when you're doing some of the deeper story stuff, or some of the more narrative story stuff like I did yesterday with that side quest with getting that dire horse, it was really, really good, and I love the interaction with the characters. Yeah, on your that ZenBook you've got. Oh shit! I'm not looking at the road. You should be fine. Like I say, the Geforce Now at the moment's on offer for $4.99 instead of $9.99 for the middle tier. And there's always the option of trying this free one first, like I am. This is the free one I'm on here. Just to see how it holds up with your internet and stuff. But I've literally fired up Streamlabs, downloaded Streamlabs for the Mac, fired it up. It talks me through a wizard in terms of what am I doing, live streaming or recording. So it asks me if I want to, am I going to live stream or record only. So I've put it live streaming. I've paired it with my Twitch account. So straight away it links, and then I've literally you just have to add a source on Streamlabs. So you go on Streamlabs and you click on add source, and it gives you a list of stuff to pick. And I've literally picked capture my entire screen capture basically, which captures your entire screen. So if I sat here now browsing porn on the internet, you'd be able to watch me because I've got it to capture my entire screen. Probably get in trouble for it, I'm just saying, but that's what I've got it to capture. No bells, no whistles, just capture my screen, go live, fire up Geforce Now, boom, I'm up and ready to go. And yeah, I'm using the PS5 pad. Got it wired into the back of the Mac with a USB-C cable. You could probably connect it wireless, to be honest, but again, I just wanted this initial experiment to be hassle-free. But yeah, USB-C to USB-C cable going into the back of the Mac, because this Mac only has USB ports. So I have got a hub on it for standard USB-A ports for some of the older kit I've got. Oh, I need to move over. I mean, because I've got it wired, I'm not getting any feedback as such, but there is a program for the PS5 DualSense to run on a PC or a Mac that gives you all the haptics as well. Takes advantage of all the haptics on the PS5 DualSense pad. So that's something else I can experiment with. But I don't necessarily need to do that on stream. I can get that up and running before I even contemplate doing another stream like this. Rogan, morning buddy. So I'm using my spare white PS5 pad here. Because my white one is my spare one. Game sound, Rogan, might be low because I'm streaming this from Geforce Now via Streamlabs on my iMac. So I'm using the inbuilt mic on the iMac, and the game sound will, I'll probably have to tinker with, getting off of you, Pillock. I'll have to tinker with the game sound within Streamlabs probably. Well, this is the free one, Rogan. This is the free basic one I'm trying now, but the middle tier is only $4.99 at the moment, and the top tier is $9.99. I think they're on offer. I'm not sure if that's a permanent thing or for so many months, and then it goes back up to $9.99. But because I'm experimenting with this at the minute, Rogan, and it's running all right, I'm contemplating signing up for the $4.99 one. I'm not sure if you can run pro mods and stuff on Geforce Now though, but I'm not bothered. I'm not too bothered about that anyway. I never really did tinker with pro mods. The only mods I really had was the voices on the sat nav, the custom ones. But yeah, once I've done this trip, pending I can do this in an hour, because on the basic Geforce Now I'm limited to an hour worth of play. So if I can get this one trip done, then I'm switching over to, I'm going to make myself a brew, and then I'm going to switch over to Avatar on the PS5. And then I promised the daughter a film this afternoon. I promised the daughter a film yesterday, to be fair, but I was waiting for a delivery off Amazon, and it threw me out on my timing. Because I got an email off Amazon saying if you order now and you choose to have it delivered to a post office or a pickup point rather than your house, you can save a few quid. I was like, yeah, go on then. I've got a post office literally 2 minutes around the corner. But Amazon didn't deliver it until about, I think it was about 8:30 last night. Amazon delivered it to the post office, which is inside a co-op. So luckily I could still go and fetch it. But at 3 o'clock I got an email saying it was 8 stops away. So how was that work? So I kept putting it off because at 3 o'clock I got that email saying it was 8 stops away. I said to the daughter, get ready, we'll nip around the co-op, wait for this package, and we'll get some munchies while we're there and we'll watch this film. And because it never showed up, it kind of put me off. Well, seeing how good this is as well, Rogue, and this is the basic one, seeing how good this looks on my iMac here, I'd be happy with the middle one. I'd be happy with this one if it allowed for more gameplay beyond the hour, but it doesn't. It limits you to an hour's worth of play. Is this a giveaway? I'm going to go through. I'm going to risk it. It's a shame the PS5 doesn't have a browser. I mean, it has got a browser, but it's not a full browser like the PS4 had. There is a way of getting a browser up on the PS5. But it's not full screen. So it makes it a bit hard when you're looking at porn and you have to squint, especially with my eye at the moment. To be fair, that's probably why I've gone blind. My dad always said it'd make you go blind. Whoa, what the hell? $205 miles left. I'm not sure whether I'm going to do this within the hour. Yeah, I'm over here, Dad, yeah. What was that really bad dad joke I came out with the other day? I can't remember what it was. So I've refunded Test Drive, by the way, Rogan. I always intended to. I only did the sneaky trick to be able to play the beta. I'd got no intention whatsoever of keeping that gold edition intact and on order. I wasn't blown away by it, but at the same time, I didn't think it was a pile of shit. I thought it was okay. And it's something I'd consider picking up in a sale. Well, yeah, I certainly wasn't blown away. Got a few nice ideas. Seems like there's a lot going on as well in terms of like a few things that took me by surprise, like the collecting of the car wrecks. I quite like that. That's quite well done. Well, I've just said to Sharky that I reckon if it doesn't receive very well, I reckon it'll be on sale within a month, and then I'll probably pick it up in a sale if it's a good price. If not, I'll wait till Black Friday. Because like I say, I didn't hate it. I just wasn't blown away by it. But it's the kind of game that I could jump in and out of, and kill an hour or two on when I'm bored or when I'm in between stuff. I thought the open world was quite nice. I thought it was a nice driving game. There is the concern as well that when the 60 frames performance mode gets put into it on release, will that impact the graphics even more? Because the one thing, it's not that for a next gen game, it's not on the same kind of level as Motorfest, the Crew Motorfest or Forza Horizon 5. And I compare it to them two games because they're open world. I don't compare it to things like Gran Turismo or Forza Motorsport because they are more track-based, circuit-based. But from the open world point of view, it's certainly not the best looking. So how long have I been streaming? 31 minutes. Can I do the 138 minutes and another 30 minutes before Geforce Now says you've reached your limit and shuts me down? I mean, this looks good on the iMac as well because the screens on these iMacs, these Retina screens that they use, the brilliant looking screens. They might not be gaming monitors in terms of like refresh rates and response times, but the clarity of the screen is incredible. Yeah, it is just barn finds. Or in terms of the Crew Motorfest, it's done exactly the same way as the loot boxes on the Crew Motorfest, with the way that the thing beeps and gets faster and louder when you get closer. So it is ripping off a few ideas from other open world games. But I think there's a few fundamental things missing. Because I think the key hook with the Test Drive Unlimited that I played that was set in Hawaii was the whole idea of collecting cars. But they've made it kind of difficult to collect cars, I think, because of the way the garage system works, or your garage system works. I was just considering then going to try and overtake them, but it's a bit unwise on these bends. Oh, now what with the plans and the prices? You still got your Shield as well, Nvidia Shield or whatever it was. Have you still got that? I wouldn't imagine you'd use that now you've had your PC, would you? Do you use it for anything else, like TV or anything like that? Or is it sitting dormant now? You got rid of the Shield, did you? I'm going to risk it because I'm against time. I'm up against time here. There's a 4K option for the Geforce Now, isn't there? The top plan gives you 4K, but then I suppose you'd only have that if you've got a 4K monitor, surely. You'd only pick that option if you've got a 4K TV or monitor. But then if you've got a 4K monitor, chances are you've got a 4K PC. You've got a good PC. Can I do it? Can I do it? Can I do it? Axel? Morning, buddy. Would it shock you to find out that I don't actually drive? I never ever learned to drive. And it's never too late. My missus keeps saying it's never too late. Just one of them things for me where I never had much, you know. I don't want to. I'm not putting on an X Factor style sob story here, but I never had much money as a kid because it was only ever me and my dad, and so we never had much money. And then when I left school, I got a YTS, which, for those that don't know, doesn't pay very well. YTS was about £30 a week. By the time you've paid your board and been out on the piss for a weekend, you don't leave much left for driving lessons. And I just got by without a car. I could always get by without a car. The most I've ever had is a moped. I took a CBT once and did and had a moped, but then I had that nicked. But then the missus now keeps toying with the idea of sticking me in a crash course, not literally, so that we can share the driving responsibilities when we're going away. I mean, I get around on my push bike, and I've always been a bit of a stickler for walking. I don't mind walking places. I enjoy walking and hiking. And the few times the missus has toyed with the idea of getting a car and said, "Oh, shall we get you through your lessons and get another cheap runaround for you?" And I'm like, the way that I see people get stung in terms of insurance, road tax, fuel, I don't know. Just for me, it's an expense that I don't necessarily need because I get by. I don't know if that sounds selfish of me to say, because I'm not then thinking of doing the drive share with the missus. But I get by. Simple as. When I had my moped, before it got nicked, because mopeds, you know what mopeds are like, they're easily hot-wired and nicked, aren't they? And they thrash around on them for a bit across some fields, and then once it's out of fuel, they dump the things. And I found mine in a field. The insurance paid out, but didn't pay enough to cover the cost of a new bike, because I had the bike brand new when I had it, brand spanking new it was. The insurance gave me less than half back. So I bought some Japanese import off eBay, and bit by bit the thing just fell to bits. I'm lucky, to be fair, with the Japanese import, I'm lucky to be alive. Because there was one occasion when I used to work in Stafford, which is from me 15 mile there, 15 mile back. And I was going there one morning, I had the rear tyre blow out on a country lane. And then another time, I had the actual full exhaust fall off when I was going round a roundabout coming from work. So I'm kind of lucky to be alive, because that thing was a death trap. Yeah, and then you've got the state of the roads as well. You pay your road tax, you pay your insurance, you pay your fuel. And then you've got the state of the roads. Is it in here? It's in here. In it? There you go. Now what truck will it put me back in? No, it put me back in my Volvo, because that was a quick job. Let's have a look. Yeah, back in my Volvo. Right, that's going to do it for this experiment, because like I say, this was purely just an experiment, this was. Because you won't know this, Axel, but at the moment, I'm running this from Geforce Now, the basic tier, which is free on Geforce Now, streaming using Streamlabs from my Apple iMac. And the iMac is doing both, it's streaming the game from Geforce Now and then streaming it Streamlabs, so the computer is doing both jobs. And I think, even though I couldn't look down at the stream that much because I was watching my monitor, I think that looked pretty flawless and smooth, to be honest. Thought it was. So that's given me the idea now that I might sign up for the the $4.99 option on Geforce Now. Now that I know that that works, because the basic tier on Geforce Now restricts you to only being able to play the game for an hour. On the middle tier, which is currently $4.99, you get straight into the game with no queue. You can stream and play you can play up to 6 hours of the game, and I think you get it at 1080p at 60 frames. So I'm gonna go grab myself a brew, and a quick snack, and then I'm gonna be firing up Avatar on the PS5. So I'm gonna catch you all in around about 15 minutes if you're still around, if you can get back in. So thanks for stopping by for now, and I'll catch up with you all in about 10 to 15 minutes. Cheers all. Right, quick, let's get rid of this porn. Joking, where's my Streamlabs?